Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Alpaca with Budget with Alpaca. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found us. I am a wife, a mom of two, and I also work full time. I have been budgeting on again and off again for quite a while now. And honestly, I think today I am going to skip the spiel because we have a lot to go over, we have a lot to do, and as you can tell, I have a lot of cash sitting here, and there's a very good, maybe not good, but there's a reason for that. So we're just going to hop right on into it. First and foremost, I do want to say thank you to those who have subscribed. Thank you to people who have stuck around. While I've been on a bit of a hiatus, I do have some things in the works, and so I will be talking about that a little bit later. I don't know if it'll be in this video or if it'll be in another video coming up next, but in any case, I do have some things to talk about, so let's just hop into it. It is going to be different. I do not have my Paycheck budget worksheet workbook by the Budget Mom. I don't have that in front of me right now because I did not use it this time around. I didn't use it for the last paycheck either, which is why I didn't use it this time around. I will get back to using it. I just didn't have it this time. So, in any case, we are going to be doing a little bit different style here. We are going to skip the budget plan for this time around because, like I said, I do have a lot more money sitting in front of me than was anticipated. I had previously filmed a couple videos but never got them uploaded. I don't really have an excuse for that, I just never did. So we're gonna just skip over it and move on. So yeah, let's jump into it. All right, so right here we have $2,419 that needs to be stuffed. If you did not watch it, I did do a cash counting, quick cash counting video over on the short side. If you want to watch it, you can check it out, but I have already counted all of this. So we are going to go ahead and get it into its proper homes. Here's the situation why I have so much more than what I would normally have. This is actually from two paychecks. So this paycheck that my husband just got on Friday, and then also my paycheck that I got last week. We had some things happen where, I paid our taxes, our state taxes, back in February, I think. I said February or March, I can't remember. But we paid that, and I thought that that meant that it was done. Turns out that's not how that works. If you set up a payment plan, it will still go through even if you have already paid. So that put us in a deficit of $376 in our bank account unexpectedly a few weeks ago. So we had to scramble and pull money out of different savings envelopes and things like that to make up the deficit, and then wait for a while for the refund to come back, which of course did not come as a direct deposit, but it came as a paper check that we only just received this past week. So it was a little chaotic, and then we also had Easter with my family and the Easter with the kids, and so some of the money that we had taken was for that Easter money, so we had to figure that out as well. So in any case, it just kind of threw off everything that I was trying to do here. So that is why it is so much more. And then I also normally on the first paycheck of the month for Blaine, I will normally take whatever money I have for rent and put that back in the bank and then pay rent that day. But in this situation, since I had not already done like a cash counting and I had not done a budget video or anything like that for a while, I wanted to go ahead and pull out that other $750 that I normally pull and then we can sort it, put it into its proper place, and then I will take it to the bank later this week. Our rent, again, is not due on the 1st for us. It's due on the 10th or 12th. I can't remember exactly. We usually have it paid by the 8th, so that's why I can't remember. But it is typically due a little bit later in the month. So we will go ahead and get started. I have not decided yet if I am going to be doing these savings challenges in here in this video as well or not. I do know that I have some IOUs in some of these savings challenge envelopes because, like I said, I had to pull some money out from other places. So as I find those IOUs, I will be putting money back in there. I just don't know if I'll be doing the savings challenges in this video completely or not. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Dine Out, when I had originally taken out the money from my paycheck, I had intended to have some money in the Dine Out and gas, as well as groceries, but we never did that, obviously, and we ended up spending all of the Dine Out, and we just recently spent the gas, and then the groceries, I believe from what I calculated, I had like 65, I think, left that would go into groceries, but because of some other things that we had going on, I just wiped it. I just said, okay, we're not even gonna worry about it because I couldn't quite figure it out. So in any case, so groceries has nothing, and then we have our therapy as well as Harrison's therapy, and as you can see, it says I owe $210. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So we're gonna go ahead and skip Dine Out again. We're gonna skip gas again. Groceries, I did just pull out $200 for that, so we will go ahead and put $200 in there. I was gonna do one $100 bill and then 5 20s just to make it simple. 20, 40, 60, 81. I have to try to make sure I'm in view of the camera. I keep forgetting to actually pay attention to that, so apologies. Hopefully I have been in view this whole time. It's been a while, right? Gotta get back into it. Alright, let's see if I can work a zipper. Goodness. How have you guys been? What's been new? What's going on? How was your Easters? Any big plans for May? Okay, so mental health. Trying to think. I believe I owe 60 to this, and then I also pulled out 60. So I pulled out a 50 and a 10, and then we're gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna come back to that one because I can't remember what all I wanted to do with that. So we're gonna come back to that one. I still have to put 60 in here. And then this one, it said $210. And then I was gonna put 80 in from the last paycheck, and I never did, so it would have been like 290. I actually already went ahead and made a payment for that, because there was a payment due. It was $470, so I actually don't owe. I'm not going to worry about this IOU. I do need to go ahead and put in 80 though, for the next month's worth of appointments. So I will go ahead and do that. So we had a 50, 20, and a 10. So that's 50, 70, 80. So that is what goes in there. And that is for, like I said, that is for the next series of appointments, not for what I owe it. I don't owe it anything at this point because I already made that payment. So we're gonna put this off to the side. I am gonna come back to it because I know that I still owe $60 for the mental health for me, and I know I have an appointment coming up, but I just don't know yet what needs to go into it, what denominations. And then, let's see, we're gonna go to this one because this is the rent binder. It also has like electric and broom insurance, which is like our car insurance, but that I used to separate it and I don't do that anymore, so that, you know, it'll get changed. So this was $750 for today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 50. So that was this, and then this is where it gets tricky because I know I had originally pulled out the same amount, $750, in the same amount of hundreds and fifties, but I know from looking at it the other day when I was trying to figure out how much I had spent some of the hundreds, so I took out another 100 today for a savings challenge. So I'm gonna put this one aside, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. Let's see, 56, 57. Yep, okay, there we go. So then that is $750. So it should be $1,500. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. 1, 200. So that's 1,200. 50, 300, 50, 400, 50, 500. All right, perfect. So that is our rent. That is gonna go right back to the bank because we gotta pay our rent. But for now, I will go ahead and just stick it in the envelope so that I don't lose it or get it mixed in with anything else. And then that is it for this binder. Like I said, I used to split everything up by Paychecks, but then I changed that method a little bit, so I haven't done that in a while. So that's good. All right, and then we are gonna go ahead and go to our IOUs with our savings challenges because I want to make sure that I get that done as well. So this one we owed 20 for the lucky, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a 20, and then I'm gonna pause for a moment and go let my cat out if I can get this 20 in here. He is not loving it. I might also do a cash swap, to be honest. I don't know. It's coming up time for one, I think. All right, let me go let the cat out. Okay, sorry. I also needed to get a drink. Okay, so then, oh, I'm not even in the shop. I am apologizing. Okay, so I already owed $6, and then I also owed $30 for Easter. So that is $36 in this container. So we will go ahead and take a 20, 10, 5, and 1. I think if I remember the $6, it was because I just didn't have enough. when I was playing. Whenever that was. I don't even know. Okay. So that was 36. Oops. Goes in there. It doesn't look like there's anything owed in that one. Nothing in that one. And this was the one that I owed the 20. Alright, so that one I'll put to the side. Go ahead and get rid of these IOUs. And then this one, I think this one had a 20, but I don't know where it came from. I think it came from Busy Bees. I'm like 98% positive it came from Busy Bees. I don't think it came from Seasons. The issue is that it fell out when I was putting it up on the desk. So that's why I'm like, I don't know exactly where. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all going to go to the same spot anyway, right? So I'll just put it in Busy Bees, and then I'll take a 20, and I'll pop it right into Busy Bees, because like it's fine. It is what it is. So go ahead and do that. Alrighty. And then have one more that we owed some money to, and that is a 50 in our 50 spot. Okay. I really hope that never happens again. I did not like waking up to a overdraft. At first I thought it said like negative $37 or negative $36 or something like that, and I was like, oh, like what happened, what came out, like, you know, did I forget something? That happens, ADHD and all. And then I opened it and I was like, whoa. Wide awake. That was at like 5:30 in the morning, and I just happened to look at it and open up at the bank, and it said negative 376 some change or something like that, and I was like, no. Wide awake, immediately jumped onto the state portal to figure out what was going on. Okay, so we've got 50 in there, and then 40, 30, 10. Just want to make sure that I've got everything. 5, 15. Make sure I'm not missing any others. 30, 40, 50. Okay, yeah, looks good. Okay, and then, yeah, that looks good. All right, perfect. So now I will come back to this. Oops, went the wrong way. I went too far. All right. So that back to my therapy. I am going to go ahead and put 60 in here. As you can see, I did end up needing that 50, so I'm glad that I did not put that in here, because that's what I was afraid of. So I am just going to go ahead and grab, yeah, these 3 20s. If you can hear the mower, apologies, my father-in-law is mowing the backyard for us. Bless him. So that is why. Alrighty. Okay, perfect. So that is taken care of. So that is all of our cash stuffing. Sorry, I couldn't remember what I was trying to say. So that is all the cash stuffing that we are doing as far as what was owed, what needed to still go into the folders, and then we should have quite a bit left. Let me just double check it. Let's go ahead and count, see if I'm anywhere near where I thought I'd be at. Alright, so So I got 100. I'm gonna grab my calculator as well because sometimes my brain doesn't want to work. 20, 40. So 140. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 30. That's 270. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Alright, so we have $393, which is kind of what I was expecting it to be, because I knew that I had $195 left over from the last paycheck that was going to go to savings, and then I knew that I'd have around $200 for this one, minus a couple dollars because I did have to pick up our medication. So, in any case, that is where we're at. We're at $393, and again, you all know I don't typically stuff $393 into savings in one go. No, 100, 200, yes, depending on the situation. But normally I don't, but this is 2 weeks two paychecks worth of savings that I need to get caught up on. So that's what we're gonna do. I will leave that for the next video. If you have stuck around this far, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I know I did not talk a whole lot about why I was on a bit of a break, a hiatus, or whatever you want to call it. But I promise we will talk about that here soon in the next video. In any case, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Take care.